Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel was recorded in front of a fake audience.
Yes, it's here. It's time, all right? Took me 3 years to get this right. I don't know how long you've been working, but took me a long time. And finally, I got it right. And you should see the people trying to get to it. Chef Sel right here. Pizza with cauliflower crust. No little symbol thing? It just dies like that? Alright. So you gotta learn. Everybody's a wise guy. You gotta learn how to make this the right way, okay? It's not gonna be mushy. It's not gonna be all the trials that you've had. I've heard about it. I've done it myself. It's not gonna be that mushy. It's not gonna be like this.
Oh my. Yuck.
There's gonna be an extra step that I'm going to add, okay? It's controversial. Not really. Nobody else is doing this. I looked all over YouTube, all over the internet. It's my creation. It's gonna give you a crispy crust. Crispy. Not crispy. All right, so here's what we gotta do, all right? I have 2 cups of riced cauliflower, all right? You can buy it like that in the store. You can do it yourself in a food processor. You gotta give me 2 cups. You gotta give me 1 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, but from the hard block, not that fluffy, little billowy stuff that they sell in the delis. I don't know what that is. Look, all right? That's what you want. And another cup for the interesting thing I'm gonna pull at the end, all right? And 1 egg, 1 large egg. I'm gonna lightly scramble that up. Now, as far as the equipment or whatever you want to call it, okay, I have a rimmed cookie sheet with parchment paper, and then a non-rimmed cookie sheet for the final step to give you that crispiness that you're all crisped about. And again, this is, a matter of do you have it or not in your cupboard, but this is one of those spring form rings without the bottom, okay? I've pammed the inside. That's gonna help you shape it so it's round. You know, I know a lot of people like the rustic thing. Oh, I like it when it's rustic. You know, it's shaped like a J. I want my pizza to be shaped like a J. Oh. All right, so I have that. Like I said, I have it panned a little bit. And a big old bowl here. Now over here, my vertigo. Over here, I have a dry pan. See that? 10-inch frying pan. Whatever you have is fine. Nothing in it, no oil, no Pam, no anything. And I have it on a medium-low flame. And I'm gonna keep it there. Here's the key. This is where a lot of people just don't get it. You have to be patient, okay? You gotta get the water out of this. Water is your enemy. Be very afraid of water.
Everyone we meet.
How are you gonna do that? Patience, all right? I'm gonna pour this in, this cauliflower here. You hear it sizzle? I can. Here. Hear it? Sizzling cauliflower. The name of my new album. Anyway. Sizzle that cauliflower. Smoke's gonna come up. When you put anything in a pan that's sizzling, put it in the pan, you get a sizzle. It's the moisture leaving. That's all it is. You notice at the beginning when you make the bacon, when you're making the bacon, that's all the moisture coming out of the meat, all that sizzle. Then all of a sudden it stops, and you're like, what happened to the bacon? Okay, the water's gone. Water has to be gone. I'm not gonna say this enough. The water has to be gone. All right? Forget it. It's gonna take a good 15-20 minutes. It'll probably brown a little bit on you. But that's the way it goes. See what it is here? This is the cauliflower, a little bit brown. The sizzling stopped, and it was about 20 minutes. Meantime, let it cool. Hey! Meantime, 400 degrees on your oven. You need 2 racks in there. See that? All right? See, I got 1 almost to the top and 1 almost on the bottom. All right. That's for the baking, and then for the special thing we're gonna do for the crispness. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe it. I'm telling you, you're not gonna believe it. Cauliflower, boom, it's keto, it's paleo, it's crazy. Now, if you're on a special diet, Remember to check with your doctors when you go on a special diet because you don't know if the diet's right for what you're doing. The doctor will tell you what to do and then just watch steps out. I'm so winded. All right. So cauliflower's cool. Big, old mixing bowl. All right? Beautiful. It's going in here. Remember I said? Cup of shredded hard Parmesan. Boom, stick it in there. Okay? Now I have one egg here, lightly beaten. You don't want the egg to be totally yellow and beaten because it'll add kind of like a foaminess to it. You know, if you make scrambled eggs and you really... You don't have to do that. See? You can get a white swirl in there. It's no big deal. Get this in there. So I'm going to mix this up. Okay, so you see, it's lumpy. You know, it's a big lumpy thing of cauliflower and shredded hard Parmesan cheese. All right? So now we're going to put this on the rimmed cookie sheet, like I told you. And, you know, get that old parchment paper. You know what that is, right? Don't use wax paper. No. You'll get waxiness that you wouldn't believe. Parchment paper, okay? It won't stick. Don't spray it. Keep it dry. Listen to me. I made all the mistakes. All right, and I took this, the form from the spring form pan, the top part, and I close it up, make sure it's locked. I'm going to massage this into a, I guess you call it a believable ball that's sticking together a little bit. So you're going to get your hands a little wet. You're going to get them a little dirty. It's together. Make sure it's round starting out, so it'll be round finishing off, and go all the way to the edge of this rim. Hopefully nothing has stuck, and voila, there you go. I'm very happy. I want you to be happy too. That is now the uncooked version of the crust. Don't be playing around with it. It's not dough yet. It's not dough. We're going to put this in this 400-degree oven. Start checking it in about 10-15 minutes. It'll probably go 20, but at 400, that's pretty much what you're looking at. Okay? Yeah, exactly. So let's throw this down. Just like that. Beautiful. Beautifully. And I just so happen to have, did I say that right? It just so happens that this is how it comes out. Okay, I made this earlier. If you can't do this with it, then you have not done it right. You have not listened to me and you had too much moisture in there. But already you got yourself a pizza crust that's staying together. Trust me, it's real. I'm not messing around with you. All right? I don't know how to do trick photography. It's a freaking cell phone. All right. So when we come back, I'm now going to set it up for the next step. This is all very important now. All right, well, your crusts are baked and done. See, this is the one I did on the air. I'm not going to lie to you. It's very hot, and you really shouldn't be handling it, but I want to show you the bottom. I took it off the parchment paper when it was cooled off. Remember, it's cheese keeping it together, and the egg. Wait till it cools down a bit so you can handle it. You see? And boom, you have a pizza crust. Now, you can go ahead and make your pizza on this. Put your sauce, your cheese, your toppings, but broil it. Don't bake it anymore, because remember, you got cheese in here. The cheese is already cooked and it's set, okay? You could put it in there warm, room temperature's fine. Broil it on the second rung down, the second shelf down, and take a really good look at it, about 3 to 5 minutes. When that cheese gets all bubbly, you take it out, let it cool a little bit, because it's selling. Because the cheese is melted in the crust. Let it set again. It's about the cheese setting. That's why you use the hard cheese, because it sets back to its hard stage and grabs it all together. And there's your pizza. But I'm going to take you a step further. Follow me. Now, you know how to do the pizza. Now I'm going to show you how to make an extra crispy crust. See? There's my spring form pan ring in the closed position once again. And I have an unrimmed cookie sheet, baking sheet, whatever you want to call it. Parchment paper, boom, oven is now down to 350. You're going to take the second installment of this here, see, the Parmesan that you grated, and grate everything in the thin little things. Don't get the big globby pieces, the thin. This is for your bottom of your crispy crust. You're going to use the springform pan ring just as a guide to keep it the same diameter as the crust itself, because it's going to bake first in the oven alone. And then when you're ready, when it's bubbling and it's this round bubbling piece of cheese, and you can see the moisture is gone by the bubbles, they're starting to turn brown. You're going to take carefully, open it up, pull it out, use mitts, and take your crust just like this without any toppings. Place it right over that bubbling cheese and push it down. I have my ring of cheese, so let's melt this cheese now. I'm going to put it on the bottom, one from the bottom rung. Just carefully now, because if you mess it around, it's going to lose its delicious circular shape. Did you see that? Yeah. All right. I got to lose a couple of pounds. All right. All right. In here, center it as best you can, 350 degrees, and I'm going to give it. I'm going to take a look at it in about 5-10 minutes. Now my cheese has been bubbling away. It's been about 5 minutes. Taking it out. As you can see, it's still a little bubbly, but you want to work while it's still wet. So I have this here set up so I don't burn my counter. Take your crust, center it right over this cheese as best you can. Press it the hell down. And now you can kind of exhale a little bit. Remember, all this stuff is hot. The pot's hot, the pan's hot, everything's hot. Make sure that sticks in there good. And just to make sure it did, I'm going to put it in now into the oven. Another 3 to 5 minutes. Let the bottom now of that cheese get crispy on me. And working semi-quickly. I like when everything's staying warm. Remember, this is hot, so be careful. Get your sauce down first. Quarter to a half a cup. And boom, see what I did? Spread it around like the guys in the pizzeria. That's all you need to do. Now this is that canned Hunt's tomato sauce. You know how that is, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little, a little of this. Right? Maybe about, I don't know, half a teaspoon's fine. Just to, remind you that you're eating pizza. And now we're going to take our mozzarella and get it, follow the red line. See, the edge, the red edge of the sauce, follow that and go all the way around. Broiler is now up. Boom. Okay, while that's getting up. What? And as much pepperoni as you like. I'm going to just try to shuffle it like cards and stick it on here. And that's the pizza ready to go into broil. Remember, I have that crispy cheese underneath, fused now, fused. See? With the cauliflower rushed. I can't talk anymore. Center it. Second rung down. Keep watching it. After 2 or 3 minutes, take a look. You want it to be bubbly. Sometimes it just kind of burns or browns on one side. You got to take it and flip it. Always use this. I'm going to flip it around. All right? And you'll be done. Take it out. Let it cool on a rack. And we're in Pizza City, dude. Ooh, pizza time. All right, so I just took it out. The cheese underneath and the cheese and the cauliflower crust have melded. They've married. So I'm going to let this kind of chill only for about 2 to 3 minutes. Make it handleable. And then I'm going to come back. We're going to slice this sucker up. So she's cool. Now I'm going to cut it. 8 slices. I do 8, okay? This is it. You don't have to worry. You don't have to go to other guys. It's the only place on YouTube or on the internet, anywhere in the world, until everybody copies me, that you're going to see this. Before I take a bite, you know what we have to do. Please, come on. Oh, Instagram.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm taking a big bite. Here's what happens. So in review, you can go to other cooking channels, you can go online, you can find cauliflower pizza crust recipes all over the place. I'm telling you, they're all out there. A lot of them, maybe even most of them, they're gonna fall apart on you. Get the moisture out of there. Another thing, a lot of them say, use a half of a head of cauliflower. What does that mean? How do you know? What size? So do the 2 cups. If you just say half of a medium even, or half of a large head. What if the cauliflower looks like this?
Namaskar. मैं RS Suvila.
Or you could just forget the whole thing and order out. So try it. Write in the comments if you have any questions. You don't have to do the crispy part like I told you. You can stop right there and then broil the cheese with the toppings and you're done. It's up to you. And I'll see you next time.